got.
Durag Diaries.
Hey, it's not our fault, chat. Hey, it's not our fault, bro. It's the chat. Man, them aren't serious, bro. Man, them aren't serious. Chat.
I can only apologize for being very, very late. This isn't like me, innit? I suppose Boardroom Talks is always a late show, as you know. You just have to look at the demographic, I should say. The demographic of the show is generally why we're late. Yes, as Mr. Udang says, Jamaican time. We're running on 8 p.m. Jamaican time right now. And yeah, man, I was waiting. We got a few people potentially that we're waiting on. But look, I thought, you know what? We're going to go live. They join when they
Where's
join.
the panel?
We'll talk.
That's what we were asking, bro.
Aye. Ghosted. Many questions, bro. And,
that's what we're asking, bro.
I can only ask the question. Myself. But look, panel may be joining very soon. At this moment in time, you got myself, you got E. We can only hope there's gonna be a few more people show face. It's seeming like it's a very busy Monday. That's all I can say in it. Maybe some people are doing their things, and it's fine. Ultimately, you came here for Spurs talk, and that's what we are here to do. A little bit of a Spurs therapy session. But one thing I would say is me and Elijah did talk heavily about West Ham earlier, so we'll probably skip the West Ham part of this stream. Make sure you guys do smash the like button on your way, and make sure you guys are subscribing to Elijah Ghosted. Mr. Udang, I'd appreciate if the mods can drop his channel in the Discord. I know you guys have done it already, but just keep dropping that throughout the stream so people inside can make sure they're subbed up if they aren't already. Big up to Harvey in the building. Big up to Ghosted in the building. Big up to Mr. Udang in the building. Big up Benny in the building, nice and early. Big up Raiden for dropping in early as well. Man like Hyper, and then of course Guy Thompson. Make sure you guys are also getting involved, and because as you should know by now, the channel is sponsored by Match Bingo. So make sure you are going to the link in the description. I got a QR code on screen because I didn't pan it out beforehand. But look, you can go to the link in the description. Use the promo code DRD to get 200% depository bonus. Make sure you gamble responsibly. 18 plus and in the UK only. But what are we saying? Champions League tomorrow. Actually, before we get into any Champions League stuff, we'll wait for Jay, who's literally just turned up. So we'll let him just take off his jacket and stuff. He's just got indoors. But there's a take. There was a take that's going around. It's doing the rounds today. Someone actually come in my chat and told me earlier regarding you accepting
Wait, who
fifth.
snitched? Wait, who snitched?
Can't remember who snitched, but I know they came in my chat during North Divide. It was during the North Divide show.
I'm gonna have to go back and see who snitched, bro. That's crazy. You know what, yeah. No, go ahead. Carry on.
And somebody said, somebody came in and said, yo, can't believe he said he would take 5th over 17th and a Europa League last season. So you would take 5th and no trophy.
Spurs. Who's Spurs for life, bro? I ain't never seen this guy before, bro. Who is he?
That's what it was. It was Spurs for life. He's always.
I ain't never seen this guy on my channel, but he's out here snitching, bro. What type of shit is that?
What are you saying, E? Chat to us. Like, what are you saying? I need explanation for this. I don't know if you heard what I just said, Jay. Apparently, he would rather have 5th trophy than 17th of a Europa League last season. Chat to us. Let's hear that. Let's hear more about that.
First of all, Spurs for life. If I ever see you, you're getting timed out instantly, bro. So just know that, fam. You don't. I've never seen you in my life, and you out here snitching, bro. You a 6'9", bro. You a fucking rat master splinter motherfucker, bro. That's the first thing, innit? Let's get that out the way. Second of all, Jay, what you saying, my broski?
Big up, you know what I'm saying? For being late, man.
No, at least you turned up, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be Boardroom Talks, and this is just 3 black men on the panel, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, we gotta make it work somehow, fam. You know what I'm saying? The 3 musketeers are here. But yeah, let's talk about the take in it. So basically, like this, for those who don't know, this happened on Never a Foul. I was in a and it wasn't even an argument, bro. It was just Wolfie just out here just looking like a fucking idiot, bro. But it was Wolfie basically hosting Never a Foul, which is never gonna go well. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. He asked me, because obviously he's out here trying to defend Ange, which I find is hilarious. Would I give up the Europa League for fifth and a trophy, or for fifth with Champions League football, fifth place? Would I give the Europa League and 17th up for that? I said, yes, I would. Now, I didn't get to explain it at the time because, I mean, this is never a foul, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get to explain shit on never.
Never explain.
Yeah, never an explanation is the name of the fucking channel, bro.
Neverland.
Neverland is for real. Definitely that.
You know what I'm saying, bro? But basically, the whole premise of it was, I understand the whole trophy thing for Spurs, innit? But the actual Europa League, like, of course, winning the trophy is like, obviously for Tottenham, we ain't won a trophy in how long, innit? But the thing is that what I wanted to say on the stream was that winning the Europa League hasn't actually progressed us in any way. Apart from bragging rights on a show, like, what is it really done? Like, it's got the 17 years thing off our back, cool, innit? I understand that aspect. But, like, what has it actually done? Like, during the transfer window, we were losing our minds because Arsenal kept sniping our players, bro. We almost got, Xavi Simons looked like he got sniped and then we managed to recover. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the whole Gibbs White situation and all of that. And then Mbeumo wanted United. And then, you know, and then the whole Sane thing at the start, and then he went Galatasaray. Like, it felt like throughout the whole time, yeah, that we were just, it just felt like we were little men anyway, regardless. And that's because of league position. It proved that these men, it doesn't matter if you win the trophy. If you finish 17th, it doesn't matter, bruv. Because we won a trophy, we won a European competition, and players were still turning us down to go to other clubs. So winning the actual Europa League in the grand scheme of things doesn't mean much. Like, it didn't mean much. It just stopped us going back. We had such a bad season that winning the Europa League just brought us back to the same spot, in my opinion. It was just a thank you for enduring what we had to endure. It didn't progress.
Let me ask you this, Saeed. Have you seen Spurs win a trophy before?
No. Well, I mean, no, disregard that. No.
The Carling Cup, you weren't watching Spurs.
I wasn't a Tottenham fan at 6, so no.
All right. So you never seen the club win a trophy before?
No.
You saw the club lift the trophy for the first time, and you're now completely disregarding it off the basis that it just took us back to where we was.
Well, I technically speaking, I ended the stream and went straight onto your channel, so I actually didn't see them lift the trophy. I just saw their final whistle. So I didn't see them.
You've gone back and seen the lift of the trophy. You've seen all the pictures. I've
seen the picture. I've seen the screenshot.
You're also at the parade. Was you not at the parade? No, he wasn't at the parade. He actually didn't. I was thinking, no, you didn't.
I couldn't go to the parade. I wanted to go, but I couldn't.
But you saw everything, and you remember the feeling that you had around the time.
I was watching. I was watching Yardman stream,
screaming on the phone. I remember you were screaming down the phone. So
yeah.
It gave you a moment, whether it was a short moment or a long. It gave me
a good 10 minutes.
For a man that's 6'5", with looking like Sideshow Bob with a perm, screaming down the phone, it's got to be something big, right?
I would also argue
it means a lot in the moment. Yeah,
I would also argue. Yeah, I understand your point. I think it's a valid point actually, but I'd also argue that there's external factors that don't have anything to do with us finishing 17th, like our wage structure, for example. Do you know what I'm saying? Game time. There's also it's not as polarized as we think, and it's not as black. There's a big grey area as to why players are turning us down. Like, let's be real. For example, the Eze thing, it wasn't because we finished 17th. It was because he supports Arsenal. And Mbeumo is the same. He supports Man United. That he had his heart set on Man United from before the season ended. So it's like, I get it. Finished winning the Europa League didn't help us bring in players, if in that sense. However, I do think it did do something. We just haven't noticed it yet because it's early doors this season, bro. But I'm telling you, armpits in the air at the end of the season, you will notice, bro, the mentality shift.
The mentality shift's already happened, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That
players
trophy
and like
triggered something in some of these players.
I don't think so. I think it's more the manager that's come in and implemented stuff.
That's valid.
The only thing I think the actual trophy itself helped was Romero stay at the club, in my opinion. I think if we don't win a trophy, Romero's gone. I think because we won the trophy, he stayed.
Hey, Jords, we can't even deny that, bro. That's fact.
No, I think. Well, to be fair, if you guys would, I'll put that in the title for a reason, because if you guys did read Romero's press conference, he quite literally said that there was never.
He sat in the Tottenham. We remember that the first.
I'm just saying.
He sat
in Hotspur Way
himself. He sat in Hotspur Way and did an interview in the middle of the season talking about how he wants to play in La Liga, bro. It's not.
Yeah, he didn't say now. He didn't say this season. He didn't say this season. He could play in La Liga in 34.
There's no way we're doing this.
He could play in La Liga in 6 years.
Off the back of losing 3-2 at Goodison Park. You think that's acceptable, George?
Do you know what I think? I think a good player should always want what's best for himself. And at that moment in time, where we was in the league, would anyone have a problem with Romero wanting to leave? No, I wouldn't.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If we finished,
but at the same time, he's come out and said that he never wanted to leave.
I don't believe him, bro.
There was never.
He's now
and Fabrizio also come out time ago before he signed his contract.
He's a fraud, bro. We know Fabrizio's.
All right, forget Fabrizio. Journalists come out and said that there was no talks between him and Atletico. There was no talks.
That's fine. That's fine. That doesn't mean he didn't want to leave, though. If you want to leave and no one accepts, hey, look. All I'm saying is, you want to leave your gal, but there's no options for you out there. You're gonna tough it out till you get an option, and then you're gonna leave her, bro. So let's cut the shit. All right, let's cut the shit. We know what we're doing, bro. Romero, if Atletico wanted Romero, they would have paid the money. Would have.
I ain't involved with what he said. I ain't involved in what he said.
And even and remember, and I see Ghosted would Xavi Simons have come. Xavi Simons would have come if we finished 5th. Yes, he would have. I believe Xavi Simons would have come if we finished. The Europa League is not what stopped Xavi Simons coming to Spurs. It's the fact that Chelsea went after Garnacho and the other brother.
But don't you also think that there's a part to play in the fact that the banter wasn't just amongst Spurs fans, it was amongst footballers. Like people even said, Van der Ven even used to say there was banter about going to Spurs, you win no trophies. You go to Spurs, you don't win anything. That's a massive thing. If players are starting to let that sink into their head, and in 2025, they're like, yo, this team, because there's some players now, let's have it like a 17, 18-year-olds, 19, 20-year-olds, they've never seen Spurs win a trophy. They believe the shit on Twitter that they think Spurs don't win trophies. Spurs have never won a trophy.
There's some of these foreign players now. We've won a trophy. We haven't won trophies.
I know,
yet.
But what this shows is since we've won this Europa League, a lot of people have been reminded of our heritage. A lot of people have been reminded that Spurs are the biggest team in Europa League ever.
When they saw that animation with the 27 trophies that this club
But you got to remember, this is one season in isolation, bro. You man don't think like with this team and with this current manager, we can go win a trophy. Do you mind not believe that? Even if it's not this season. Because, like, I understand the idea of one trophy, but if we go win a Carabao now, how much does that progress us, bro? Like, it's the sustainment of good performances in the league plus trophies is what elevates us. When finishing 17th in Europa League didn't change shit. And we saw it, bro. We saw in real time. We saw as well. I don't do this revisionist history shit. Because we sat up on streams and we were out here crashing out, complaining, upset because player after player, there was reasons why he couldn't come Spurs, bro. Whether he wants to play somewhere else, he doesn't want Spurs. We can't pay the money. We don't have money to pay. It's always a reason. Like in real time, we sat here complaining. It's like, United have spent all this, or they lost the Europa League and they're spending money on the whole front line, and we're out here haggling for this.
You know, Man United still won 2 trophies in the last 3 years. They won trophies, and winning those trophies is what still helps attract some of these players, but also maintain some of that trust in this is a big club. This is what big clubs do. We go there to make memories. Some of these players that like a lot of people think hate Man United at this moment. I don't know whether it's an Onana or someone like that. Onana's, and at the end of his career in 20 years, you know what he's going to talk about? When I went to Manchester United, I lifted the FA Cup. I've lifted the biggest trophy with one of the biggest teams in the world. They're still going to talk about that. I think the trophies are all about what it does to the overall picture of the team, what it brings to like the stories, the memories, and just the narrative surrounding Tottenham. You are right. It is just one trophy in isolation. It doesn't mean that our whole club has changed with this one trophy. But what
But
it does,
people got to remember as well. People got to remember as well. Like the option was 17th in Europa or 5th. So everyone talking about Champions League. In either option, we get Champions League.
So that's one. But you get Champions League and a trophy, or no trophy in Champions League.
But you man are thinking about it. I don't want to say based on emotion because it feels like it's disregarding what you man are saying. But you're thinking of it in terms of the mentality of the players. I'm thinking about it in terms of business and progression as a club. Getting 5th, like we need the main thing we need to do, because you can win trophies and be mid-table all you want. You're not progressing as a club. Of course, again, for YouTube banter and for panels and shit, yeah, cool, we're winning trophies and all that. Man United are literally doing that right now, bro. Perennially mid-table, but they won a couple trophies so they can hang that over Arsenal's heads. I'm not thinking about panel shows, bro. I'm thinking about how Tottenham can progress as a club.
No, I'm not thinking about
I'm not talking about you guys as well. I'm just talking about in general, innit? Because like us finishing 17th and winning Europa, it does a lot for us in terms of we've broken the 17-year thing. I fully understand that. But in terms
also
of
got to see your first ever trophy,
is that as well, innit? But like, I'm sorry, I just don't.
That should be a man. I don't know, bro. I feel like you're just downplaying. Like me, I remember the Carabao Cup. The Carabao Cup's huge to me. That one.
I'm not downplaying how you guys should feel about it. I'm just saying that I don't care as much. Like you guys.
No, I know. I get what you mean, but I just mean you're downplaying it for yourself. Like I feel like you're way downplaying it for yourself. Where it was.
No, I'm talking about it in terms of business, because when you finish 5th. Like I'm talking about always being in the champs. Like for example, the problem really is with the ownership. When we were under Poch, we were always in the champs, but we didn't have the ambition from the board to go and get the champ, because there were Champions League players that would come to Spurs. We just didn't want to pay the wages, and we didn't have the ambition because the board felt like we had a good enough team to win. So we didn't back it and keep it going. When we're constantly in the Champions League spots, I feel like being in the league and solidifying yourself in the Prem first is what we need to do. I believe that personally, because once you're in the top 5 or the top 6 in the Prem consistently, that means you also have to have the
depth to go
out and win.
Sorry to cut you, bro. Let's not forget.
No, go ahead.
That 17th season was a blip. Most people, like, I think you're not even understating the trophy or nothing. I just think you're understating how big of a football club Tottenham actually are. We are a European club. So one 17th place season is not going to take that away. Teams look at us and they know us for being in the Champions League. They know us for being in Europe, bro. That's the reality, bro. Players look at that as well. Now,
but on the flip side, though, we are also the most bantered team in the world. On the flip side, we are.
Again, maybe this is just me, but
relative to club size, we are.
I disagree, bro.
I think you'd be wrong. It's probably Arsenal.
We're kind of looking at
no, because their stand base is crazy. It levels out with their stand base.
Bro, it levels out, but when you talk about the banter and you talk about like they probably get the most amount of banter because of their fan base. So that's what it is. Maybe not because they're
but that's what I'm saying. Club wise, we are the most bantered. Because like, let's be how many times
why was we bantered? People? Why was we bantered for so long?
Because we don't win.
In our lifetime, he wasn't winning.
Not in Europe.
But the thing is, we would still get bantered now with just one trophy.
We won't. Nobody can banter a team that just won a trophy.
They can't banter. They tried to banter us, but it doesn't bang.
It don't bang.
We just say "War a trophy."
You can say that to Arsenal.
No, but even like I get what you mean, because I remember that there was an era probably a few years ago when we're seeing I saw Deluxe, the paint company bantering Spurs. I'm seeing Bet365 bantering Spurs, Paddy Power.
Even WWE was doing it throughout last season. But that's what I'm saying, though. But I'm saying that this goes down back to bragging rights. You see what I'm saying? This has gone back to bragging rights.
No, wait. Because what I was going to say was what you're talking about is Poch era. Poch era. We were successful in the league.
Yeah.
We sustained in the league, but we never won. And you know what I remember? I remember being bantered even more then. We got bantered more then than we did now. We got bantered for being, how Spursy is this? Your team's so good and you still can't win nothing. You've got Kane, Son, Ali, Eriksson, Alderweireld.
Yeah, I'll be real.
Your team's
United
so good and you still can't win nothing.
United
we got bantered. I'm telling you, we got bantered more in the Pochettino era than we did any other era because he was a failure. And
this is where the board comes in, though, because that's why I believe it was a board issue, because we were almost there, and the board felt like we were already good enough, so we didn't have to buy those players required. Because let's be honest, we're only 2-3 players away from really winning something and being serious with winning shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
we've been like that for a while as well.
But that's what I'm saying. Once we're almost there, yeah, the board just want to have like a Poch level coach who can just like he can make the players look better and then just win something. That's basically what they want to do, innit? And like that's what I feel like they want to do with Frank as well. But like the whole premise of it is, me personally, I've always wanted consistent top 4/top 6 and a trophy. That's what I always want for Spurs. I believe that in the long run, winning the Europa League, it's cool for the trophy thing. I understand like people being like, oh, you've never really seen your team win a trophy. I understand that, yeah, but like, I can wait one more year, bro. I can wait. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, apart from never a foul panels or like rival panels or me going on the catch up, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, apart from that, bro, I don't really like. Yeah, salute to the catch up, innit? But like, apart from bragging rights compared to us, other not us, I was about to say Arsenal fans, other rival fans, like the 17th and the trophy, basically, to me, it means the same in terms of business. In terms of business, it means the same.
But you know what? Can I just say, I'm kind of glad.
We're gonna clear out just like Spurs, Yasir, bro. We had to sack hella board members, bro. It got dark. Bro. There was a fiery meeting, and I just said, "You're fired." Like Alan Sugar. But sorry, Jay, you continue.
Oh shit. Fucking my thing froze. No, I was saying it's good that we think like this though, innit? Because what you're saying right now, you are demonstrating the progression of the football club. Because 3 years ago, a lot of Tottenham, and maybe you might be an exception to the rule, because again, I didn't know you 3 years ago, so I don't know what your standards were, right? But you're demonstrating, bro. A lot has changed, bro. And sometimes it's not always on the pitch things. Sometimes it's not always like, okay, cool, we've won a trophy now, so now we're gonna attract the world's best. Sometimes it's more, the fans are more on board. There's a change in the atmosphere in the ground. These are little things that contribute towards us becoming a successful club as well. I don't know about you, but I don't want to go get paid £100,000 a week to go play in a quiet ass stadium, bro. I want to hear that shit rocking. Do you know what I'm saying? And that trophy, although we finished 17th, and Ange, I'll never forgive you for that, but it's brought us a lot more than just transfers and this player wants to come here. And also I think that we sometimes just have to accept that we're coming from a place where we were a club where players came here in order to be that guy, that the guy that took us over the line, the guy that got us to winning silverware, right? Now we've won that silverware, there's a change, bro. There's a
names,
Sir,
erotic is wild.
Trust me, Jay.
That's strike one.
I don't have a lighter, bro.
In fact, I got the
click, bro.
We are England lighter.
Shit, that's crazy, bro.
But do you know what I'm saying? It's I feel this shit, and again, pause. I don't know if maybe I'm just overthinking or I'm over analyzing, but I've just noticed little changes, even like inside the ground, bro. Before a match day, bro, our stadium was usually, it didn't start getting full till about 15, 20 minutes before kickoff. Bro, an hour and a half, the stadium is packed out. Everyone is excited. The fans are excited. There's a new type of energy. And like you said, that might come from Thomas Frank being here as well. But there's a new energy around the club, bro. So, and I think without that trophy, this season would have been dark. This season would have been so dark. No Europe. Everyone's angry. I don't think we get Thomas.
No, but in my scenario, we finished 5th, so we'd be in the Champions League anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Because we'd be in the Champions regardless. It's just the trophy itself.
We've never been that club, that can attract players, winning trophies or not. Because the key reason why the big name players don't come here is because we don't put them on that money. We don't put them on big. Look at Harry Kane. Harry Kane was getting what, 200 grand a week. 200 grand a week. That's what Kai Havertz is getting.
Nah, he was pushing 300 racks over bonuses.
So towards the end, he was pushing 300.
And to be fair,
the wages is on the board though.
The wages for certain players have never been a problem though, Jay.
Why we can't bring in? It's not just about league position and whatnot.
No, I 100% agree.
For all those players we're trying to attract, 100%. But for Kane, he like Levy said, bro, you can get paid whatever you want. Same with Ericsson. Remember when Ericsson left, he said, bro, if money's a problem, I'll pay you what you want. So I don't think the wages have ever been a problem for those types of players. Like I don't think it would be a problem for, let's say, Xavi Simons, if he has a good season, he needs to sign a new contract. I don't think that's the problem. It's when we're trying to bring those players in, we don't want to start them at 150k a week or something. But look,
Yeah,
we're hoping that that's going to change with, you know, what's the fucking name? Vivian. We got Vivian Lewis in charge now, or whoever their name is, Charlie.
I guess we're gonna see.
And all of the cash spenders apparently, man. We
Man,
heard
like
they
Vivian, huh?
I heard they shop in,
Man,
I heard they shop at Selfridges, isn't it? So I'm hoping that means the budgets them not a Primark thing, innit? Like, it's different.
I guess we're gonna see, bro. But I agree though. There's a bunch of external factors and stuff like that. I just don't. I just think like when it comes to, I know 17th is a blip in it. I understand that, but it's just like the watching it twice a week for a whole season, bro. Like this is why I say like revisionist history makes us feel like it wasn't that bad in hindsight, because obviously we won the trophy.
No.
Week to week, yeah.
It was terrible, bro. There's no saying that it wasn't that bad. It was terrible.
We went a month and a half with no
like
wins at one point.
literally to me, like that's what stifled. Like obviously, George, you referenced the phone call, bro. After that, yeah, I had no energy, bro. Like I went on your stream, bro. You saw it, bro. I went on your stream. Did I have energy? Nah, I was just chilling. Hooks was there. I think Catch was there as well. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's like that's just how it is for me, and like I understand
amazing,
the blip
bro.
for it.
I was on top of the world for like a good month, fam. I can't even.
Yeah, but I'm a fake fan, though, innit? You know, I'm a fake fan, so it's not the same with fake fans, innit? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But like the way I just see it is just the trophy aspect. I just don't want to promote. At the end of the day, I just don't want to promote the idea of it's okay to be like that if we end up winning a trophy of note. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the overall thing of it. I believe that it's easier to do better in the league. And I believe it's easier to do better in the league and then progress to win a trophy than to be that bad and then push up the league while having the trophy already. In my opinion, anyway. I think hiring Thomas Frank, even though, you know what I'm saying, yeah. I think hiring Thomas Frank is a good move now that we have the trophy to try and push us up the table. I want us
Hold
to
on a minute.
sustain ourselves.
We ain't gonna move past that. Like you didn't just say what you just said. Even though you want E.
But you know my feelings on Thomas Frank.
No. Tell us.
People, this is the boardroom, and one thing we do need to think, because that one thing needs to be addressed. Because
he's on
order.
How is he on fraud watch, bro?
Fraud watch.
How's he on fraud watch, bro? You tried to put him on fraud
bro.
watch for this Ben Davies stuff, and I ain't seen Ben Davies play a minute in a while. Bro.
No, I said if Ben Davies gets left back minutes, he should be sacked.
But he ain't getting no minutes.
So he shouldn't be sacked.
So how's he on fraud watch? What, for Bournemouth game?
It was before the Bournemouth game, to be fair. I can't like it was after.
So he was unbeaten and you had him on fraud. Wait. So what we're now? I need to work out. So he was unbeaten at that time, and you had him on fraud watch whilst he's unbeaten.
Yes, after the preseason. Yes.
Let's delve into that one. How does that work?
Let's
How can a manager be on fraud watch?
What do you mean by that?
Unbeaten.
When I say fraud watch, let me answer first. What do you mean by that? Let me answer the question first. To be fair, this is great because I actually get to answer the question, bro. I'm glad I'm not a NAF, bro. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to fraud watch, basically it comes from what my expectations versus reality. You know what I'm saying? You know what it's like? The gal's riding the bus, yeah, and it's like, oh, you know what? I actually have a post on Twitter. While I explain it, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna share my screen about the post on Twitter. But basically, the stuff that was promised to me about Frank, I wasn't seeing straight away, fam. I wasn't seeing it straight away, innit?
So, all right, go on. Finish.
Yeah, like the stuff that was, because I didn't watch him at Brentford, innit? Like, I'm not gonna act like I knew about Frank and that. I knew nothing about the brother. I only knew Frank when we played against Brentford. I didn't watch him a second, innit? So I was basically going around on all these Spurs channels trying to see what everyone's thinking about Thomas Frank, innit? And I'm hearing all this talk in it. I'm talking about formation changes, adaptability during games, tactical changes. I'm like, yeah, I bet. No problem, bro. I'm like, you know what? Cool. This is what we needed. I'm cool with this. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, Thomas Frank, hey, I'm going to trust all these men are saying the same thing. I seen everyone's. The only thing that was a problem was and shouldn't have been sacked. But everyone's saying the same thing about Thomas Frank. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem, bruv. In fact, you know what? Here, let me share my screen because this will perfectly capture what I'm talking about, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Let me share my screen right here. You want to just show it to the A,
he
bro?
Called me and said Frank out after the PSG game. He called me and said Thomas Frank out.
He's lying, bro. But he's just lying, bro. He's just lying. This perfectly encaptures what I'm talking about, bro. Right here, innit? When the gal's taking the bus, yeah, you know, she's just making do in it. You know what I'm saying? She's a boss babe. She's independent. You know what I'm saying? The man taking the bus. Look at that broke bum right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look at that bum. I'm just like, you know what? Yeah. I'm starting to see it, look. I'm starting to see, because I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't seeing Thomas Frank do the tactical adaptation thing during games. I wasn't seeing it, bro.
That's cap.
I wasn't seeing the formation changes.
I think
until
you weren't wearing your
PSG,
glasses. You weren't wearing your glasses.
Until PSG.
Wait.
I wasn't seeing it.
So you didn't see the so wait. I need to know, because this is where you're on Fraud Watch. You're talking about you put him on Fraud Watch for friendlies.
Did I start? I think am I lagging, chat? Let me know if I'm lagging, chat. I might be lagging.
No, you're not lagging.
I'm not lagging. Okay, so you heard what the fuck I said then. So why are you asking?
No. Because at first I thought you said no. You said before the Bournemouth game. So I thought you meant considering the first two games and the PSG game. I thought I didn't think this. You're talking about friendly games.
Plus PSG and then plus the you have to include the games that we were good at.
Let's forget. No, we got to forget about the friendlies because, quite frankly, for one, he didn't sign.
I'm not forgetting about shit, bro.
Also, friendlies aren't used to work out your system and tactical adaptations. Friendlies are used to get minutes for players. That's literally what they are. They're used to get legs, minutes in players' legs. Get them up to their match fitness, not to get the best performances. No one performs their best.
I ain't hearing that, broski. I'm not hearing that, bro. I'm not hearing that, bro.
Do you know how friendlies work, bro? What are we doing here? Since when were friendlies?
Yes, friendlies work. Yes, but when Ange came in, I knew exactly. We saw the philosophy, we saw the style of play, we saw what we were trying to do, we saw all of that. I didn't see any of that with Thomas Frank.
But that's because you didn't. What do you mean? You must have saw the philosophy because you watched the 4 games. There was a consistent philosophy in the way that we set up.
I saw us more confident on the ball at the back. That's the only real change I saw, bro. But I didn't really see anything. I didn't see anything that would like this is Thomas Frank right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see that, bro. I didn't see it.
Then again,
So wait, go on. It's not making sense. No, sorry, it's just not making sense.
I didn't see it.
I get what.
No, I don't get what you're saying because he's saying this, but in the PSG game,
can I try and elaborate for E?
Go on. I'm gonna let you go.
I think that. There's the best way to put it, and so that people don't call me a hypocrite is there were some Frank sexuals out there that were over exasperating Thomas Frank's ability, saying like, oh, for example, I'll give you an example. In that PSG game, we changed our shape, but we changed our shape very late, and he made the wrong substitutions. I think the way that he was sold. I've caught you out first because he never played a 3 at the back the whole preseason and started that game with a 3 at the back. So there was already a tactical adaptation before kickoff.
He's not listening.
Continue.
No, but I'm saying he changed his shit because we wasn't playing a back 4, innit? We went into that game. Wait, did we go into that game with a back 5? That PSG?
Yeah, we went into a game with a back 5.
He
made an adaptation from the back. We saw what happened at Bayern. 4-0 licks. We know what happened. Adaptation.
Yeah, we got lashings. We got lashings.
I thought you said friendlies don't count, bro. I thought you said friendlies. So friendlies now count.
I'm going off of your logic.
I count the friendlies. You said the friendlies.
No, so we're going off of. I'm going off of you. You're not going to do this.
They're just to get players.
We're going off of your logic.
No.
Your logic. If you're
counting friendlies, I'm going off your logic.
No, you can't do that. You can't make a statement and then go off my logic. If your statement is off your logic. Your statements of your logic.
In order to say that my logic wasn't accurate.
Logic.
No,
we're not doing this. And I'm gonna break you apart.
You know why I'm gonna tell you why we're not doing this. Because in order to make my opinion look fraudulent, you then questioned
I'm using your logic to make it
but you questioned why I put any stock in friendly games to make my opinion look fraudulent. Fair enough. But now you can't then use the validity
No,
of
because
friendlies.
you didn't
to
say
make
fair
it
enough.
seem-
No, you didn't say fair enough before. You didn't say, okay, that's fine, we're gonna forget about friendlies. You said no. You justified your own opinion by
because
saying
I didn't
no,
get a chance.
friendlies do
Because
count.
Jay wanted to at least express how he felt like I felt, which I was like, all right,
No,
cool, I'm
it
gonna
was
let him
just
land.
I just thought maybe this guy had been sold a dream that he was kind of the new age Jurgen Klopp. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Maybe Jurgen Klopp's the wrong manager, but he was just this new adaptable manager that was gonna come in and have us looking spink and spank and brand new. I think maybe he didn't take into account that we still have a bit of a doo-doo squad in it. Like that's all I think it was. And I think because of that, maybe he was a little bit a little bit harsh on Thomas Frank after his first few games. Because let's be real, I even got to put my hands up and say, Pape Sarr, well done, mate. You proved me wrong. Didn't I say on this episode, if Sarr proves me wrong, I'll come back on here and put my hands up and say fair play.
Yeah.
So we all get it wrong. That's all right, bro. I think he was just sold a dream. He was expecting more. Then we got pumped 4-0 by Bayern. It's a bit embarrassing. And then we bottle a 2-0 lead. It's like, has anything really changed? Because this is Ange stuff right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
no. Jay, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, given. I'm gonna say, because I know there's a lot.
He's basically saying you're talking shit. That's what you're gonna say. He's
not talking. He's not talking.
He wanted to say, Jay, thank you for your opinion, but yeah, that is not what I was trying to say. That's what he wanted to say politely.
He's trying to call Frank a fraud.
I said he was on fraud.
He's a fraud. I'll be honest. I think Elijah still has a bit of love for Ange, so it's wearing off. He's going, Frank, yeah. Because I don't get how a manager who, again, I'm going to use my own logic. Yeah, I don't put much stock in friendlies. I really don't. I think friendlies are used to get to know the players, get to know the team, to understand what players are good, what to expect from certain players. Like when he's playing Basuma in friendlies, I ain't got a problem because he wants to give Basuma a chance. But ultimately, very quickly, he learned that certain players can't be used and certain players can't be relied upon. And that's where I like the games where I put stock. PSG, obviously Burnley, City, Bournemouth, and then now West Ham the other day. When we look at 5 games, now I'm going to use your period because you called him a fraud, you said before the Bournemouth game. So I'm going to use your period of PSG, Man City, and Burnley. In those 3 games, let's have it right, we were unbeaten. In those 3 games, we saw different setups. Against PSG, we saw back 3, and then obviously we saw the midfield was Paulinho, Bentancur, and we established that those 2 are probably our most offensive midfielders. Cool. Going into that next game against Burnley, first game of the season, what does he do? He goes, no, do you know what? We're going to change it completely. We need possession-style team that's going to take it to Burnley and be able to retain the ball. So we do a midfield of Gray, Bergvall, and Sarr. We drop both of our best 2 performers and change it to Gray, Bergvall, Sarr. That's because we recognize Burnley's not that good. We need to take it to Burnley. And then in the Man City game, you're talking. I'm just going off the point of adaptations, yeah. In the Man City game, we went and we started another midfield 2. We went Bentancur, Paulinho, Sarr to now shore up because we know Man City is going to be a little bit better. They're better on the ball. We're going to need to break them down more and catch them on the counter. That's exactly what we've done. So I saw adaptations each game with the lineup, with the way that we played, because obviously against Burnley, we were a lot more possession heavy, a lot more possession based. And against Manchester City, more counter-attacking, getting a little bit deeper, working the channels. So, and against PSG, again, very counter-attacking. So have you not seen the adaptations that you were told? That I've literally pointed out there. There's been different adaptations in every game that we played.
All right. First things first. Never once mentioned results. So going unbeaten, don't give a flying fuck. Has nothing to do with results. I've been very consistent about that. But to be fair, the people in the chat, that apart from Jay Simpson, don't really watch my channel and they're Mr. Ruline. So I understand that they're hearing this for the first time. So I understand they're a bit uneducated about how I actually feel, which is fair enough. My whole thing on Frank has never been about results because I've openly said we're not winning a trophy. So if the idea was for me to think that Frank has to win every game, I'm not a fucking idiot. So I don't expect him to win every game. I've also already said that I don't know if Thomas Frank is going to finish in the top 6 or the top 8, and I'm still Frank in. So again, if, that means results must not matter then at that point, because if I'm predicting him to finish potentially outside of Europe, depending on how the fixtures go, and I'm still Frank in, then the maths is not mathing, innit? Second of all, I specifically said at the start that when I mentioned the preseason, I was talking about the performances. I wasn't when you talk about tactical setup, I'm talking about performances. I'm not talking about the result, because you can play well and not win.
I only spoke about the results once. You've mentioned results 4 or 5 times now, and all I said
you mentioned it in the preseasons because
I didn't
that was what you started.
Remember, I said I'm not going to mention preseason when I just said I didn't mention no preseason games. Then you told me that I'm not allowed, so I didn't. I spoke about the 3 games: PSG,
Okay, cool.
Burnley, Man City.
Okay, fuck the preseason. The results alone, I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't.
No results, performances.
If I don't give a fuck about the results, I don't. If we played well and we lost, then I can see where we're playing well, and I can see that it's just sometimes you lose and it's unlucky. It's not just about results, bruv. It isn't. The way we played, and again, about the tactical setups and adaptations, I'm seeing them before the game. I'm not seeing them during the game. I'm not seeing them during the game. One thing I have noticed.
What do you expect with that?
Does that include this weekend as well?
I didn't even see much. We didn't cross it in as much, but I didn't see anything crazy that changed this week either. But it hasn't happened and this is why I'd also mentioned preseason, but we're not going to mention preseason. Burnley, Man City, Bournemouth, and West Ham, and I guess we count PSG.
PSG, yeah, of course. That's
we count PSG. So those 5 games, and we're just referencing those 5, right?
Yeah.
I've seen us change style of play against PSG from the previous game. I've seen us change style against Man City from the previous game, and that's it.
Can I tell you?
That's it.
Are we saying in terms of seeing a change from last season as well?
Well, I mean, last season we were playing under Ange.
Coming a difference in the way we play and stuff. Is that what you're saying?
No, he's talking about from Ange.
I'm just talking about
adaptations from Ange, from Frank himself. Sorry, from Frank himself.
Oh, from Frank himself.
I'm talking about from Frank himself, because obviously when you're playing under Ange to Frank is completely different, isn't it? And let me just, because apparently common sense doesn't matter to people, I'm obviously saying Frank is a better manager than Ange. Obviously,
you do have to clarify that.
That's what I'm saying. I have to clarify this shit.
You do have to clarify. I've had to clarify that as well. So
apparently, I need to know. But Mr. Jordan put a link in, Jords. I don't know if you want to put that up.
It's the one of where it was the other boardroom talk. I know exactly what the video is. I already looked. It's just another boardroom talk.
Okay. But yeah. Obviously, let me do the clarification bullshit. Frank is a better manager than Ange. We will play better under Frank than under Ange. All right, well, let's clarify that real quick, because apparently people don't understand. It's a simple reading between the lines.
I don't get how you can say that. That again, you're saying that there's not been that many differences in the way that we play. Forget the performance. Go on, Jay.
I'm not comparing Ange to Frank though. I'm comparing.
No, I'm not talking about Ange. I'm talking about Frank to Frank. I'm talking about Frank to Frank.
I've seen it in like, for example, because it's a point you landed it. Because I'm talking about during games. I'm not even talking about at the start, because you can start a game with the wrong like, for example, against West Ham, we started with the wrong tactics, which is fine because he's not a fucking sidekick. Like, he's not going to be able to look into a crystal ball, see what needs to be done, and then just implement that. Like, he's not. Like, I'm not expecting him to do that. You can get it wrong in the first half, and you can change it. I don't think there was a crazy change, but I think West Ham do what West Ham do. Once we scored a goal from a set piece, which they've been horrible at set piece defending for the first 4 games, they capitulated, which is what West Ham do. They've done it every game they've lost. Once they concede one, they capitulate. Happened against us, Chelsea, and Sunderland. We didn't have to change that much. Against Bournemouth, we didn't change at all. We made subs, which is fair. We made subs, and then the last sub, when we took off a midfielder and brought on Tell, we went into like a 4-2-4 kind of thing. That was a change, but that's what you do when the game's almost done. You take off a midfielder. And
I was going to say though, I don't know if anyone else noticed it, and again, maybe this is just me over analyzing, but there was points here where Jed Spence was playing down that left-hand side, right? And because Xavi inverts, which is what I said before the game, I said it on my stream. I said Frank's going to play Xavi on the left and let him use him like how Chelsea used Cole Palmer, have him dropping in half spaces, yeah? There was a point where Jed Spence was kind of like just sat in between that the left wing role and the left back role. Like, it's almost like he was just a left midfielder. We didn't start like that, but as the game kind of got on, as West Ham tried to take back control of the midfield, that's something I noticed Frank do. Just deploy the extra body in there, give Paulinho, give Saw a hand, and that gives Bergvall the license to do what he does best, which is glide around the pitch. I noticed that. That's one tactical.
But I put that more down to A, us scoring the goal, and B, Souček getting sent off. That's what I put it down to.
Nah, but
the manager still has to.
There was already a change of the tide.
Has to see these things. Like even if there's a red, even if a player gets sent off, I've seen loads of times a player from the other team gets sent off, and the manager doesn't do nothing about it, doesn't react, and they end up either drawing the game or somehow losing to 10 men. You still have to react. So you saying that, I saw him react to them getting a man sent off, that is showing change.
But I didn't see the react though. That's the thing. I didn't see what you saw.
I would even say against Bournemouth we saw a reaction. You say there wasn't no adaptation in game. There was. We saw Pedro and Spence go switch to the other side because we saw Porro was getting absolutely manhandled, taken for a walk like a dog by Semenyo. And he said, no, do you know what? We're going to throw Spence on that side, bring Udogie in, who then went on to the left-hand side. So that was already an adaptation that we haven't seen.
I don't think that was an adaptation, though. I think that's just...
but that's adapting in game, though. That's reacting to what you're seeing. You said you want to see something like he's making a substitution.
I don't believe that's reacting to the game. I think that's Udogie just coming back from injury. He's just giving the minutes.
No, that's Semenyo's...
No, bro. He was reacting to
we spoke about it earlier, bro. Porro rarely ever gets subbed. Rarely. Porro's the one player for Spurs since he just doesn't get subbed because his fitness is good and his ability.
He's been subbed the last 2 games ever since Udogie came back. He's been subbed both times.
It was.
To be fair, he's been poor both of those games as well.
Spencer got subbed off last game, no? Spencer got subbed off against West Ham.
And it was Spence.
Spencer got subbed off against West
Ham. Was it Spence? Okay, then that's my bad. Yeah. But the point is, Udogie came on.
Because he was getting handled by Semenyo, bro.
Yes, but it took him. No, Jords, because I'm not going to let you get this off when you're like, bro, he got subbed off in the 71st minute. With 20 minutes left, you made a defensive change. And I'm not saying it's a bad sub. I'm just saying that he's been dominated. He's been dominated because that's the point. The point is that because Porro is one of our best creators in the team. So when we're chasing a goal and Bournemouth has started to drop off a little bit, he's made the sub to stop Semenyo defensively. But
then also you can say that we brought Udogie in to bring more to that left-hand side because, we was killing down the left-hand side. We had nothing offering. That's why he also took off Johnson. Remember, he brought Udogie and Odegaard.
Too much pressure on Kudus.
There was too much pressure on Kudus to create and Porro down that right-hand side. So we literally had nothing. They were getting handled. So then
wouldn't you agree that Udogie is a less creative player than Pedro Porro, though?
He is.
I'd say Porro's better than Spence attacking down that left wing.
Exactly. So when you're chasing a goal, wouldn't you want to keep Pedro Porro on?
No, not
necessarily, because he's getting handled.
Down, you have to.
No, but it's 70 minutes into the game, though. Like at that point, Bournemouth was at 70 minutes
out of the game. That was our only outlet.
That's when you make the Brennan Johnson sub. You don't sub off Porro. But
this is the point. I need to ask you then. When do you expect to see him make these substitutions? Because you're asking for a reaction in game, and he's made. No, but he made the substitution at that point. You said it yourself.
I'm gonna keep getting cut off. I'm gonna explain. All right, I'm gonna explain it because I keep getting cut off and I don't get to explain what I'm talking about. So in the Bournemouth game, I'm gonna tactically explain it for you guys and for everyone in the chat. Innit? We played basically a 4-3-3. Innit? What Frank does with one of the midfielders is they love to hug the striker, aka Bergvall goal against West Ham. He's hugging Matisse Tell and he makes the run in it. So that leaves 2 in midfield. What happened against Bournemouth? You can go watch the tape. Either Paulinho or Bentancur will drop to like a central centre-back and push Romero and Van der Ven outwards. That gives license for Porro and Spence to go further up. And it's basically like a 5-1-4 because you've got one midfielder in the middle. What happened is that Bournemouth, if you guys have seen a number 5 on a dice, Bournemouth were pressing in that kind of formation, like a 5 on a dice, bro. That's how they were pressing, putting pressure on that sole midfielder. What would happen is that we'd go back to Vicario, who would blast it to Kudus. Because if you blast it to Brennan Johnson, the ball goes out. Kudus was trying, credit to him, but he couldn't do much. And that happened for 50 plus minutes. Now, again, I'm not saying that Thomas Frank has to get it right at the start every time, innit? I think the lineup was wrong at the start anyway, because you don't start against Man City away do you do at Bournemouth at home, for example? I don't think you shouldn't do that. Even the West Ham game, I wouldn't have personally started playing either, even though he was good in it. But like that's.
You do remember that was no 10. We didn't have a 10 available for this game, right? You do remember that we didn't have a creative midfielder. For that
we played the same person in the 10 against West Ham.
No, we didn't. We played Bergvall in the 10 against West Ham, and also Xavi Simons off the left.
But Sarr and Bergvall both take turns going up and down.
I get what you mean. Yeah. But but my point is that we didn't have a creative player in that midfield to even use as an option against.
Also, going
we still don't have now because Xavi Simons.
That's the box. The 10 is the person who picks the ball. You don't see Sarr pick the ball up from on the edge of our box and turn and move.
But that's why. I'm saying Thomas Frank is at fault for playing Pelinha in that situation.
100%.
That's what I'm saying.
No, we agree. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because like against Man City, when they're going to hold most of the ball, having the Pelinha is key. But against a team where they're ain't known for like Pelinha's not a bad passer. I don't want to, because I apparently have to clarify everything in the fucking world. Pelinha's not a bad passer. He's just not a savvy passer. He's not a Bentancur. He's not a carrier. You know what I'm saying? So he can play the simple pass and he can keep it moving. And you know, if they try and press, he can play the pass and be part of a system that beats the press. But he's not as good as Bentancur in that. We can all agree. Bentancur's better than him at that. We're playing
even Bentancur struggled that game. He struggled a lot that game, Bentancur, until the last.
Yeah, but I think again, I think it was a tactical disaster class by the manager, bro. This is what it keeps falling down to. The way Bournemouth pressed. Sorry, Jay. Let me just get this off. They pressed that way for 60 minutes, either 50 or 60. I think we made the sub in the 50-something minute, like the early 50s. I don't want to over exaggerate it. So let's call it 50 minutes in it, because let's go with a conservative number. They pressed the exact same way, did the exact same thing for 50 minutes, and there was no change. We then made change. We made the right substitution. So credit to Thomas Frank. He made the right substitutions, took off Pelinha and Brennan Johnson. Brought on, I think, was it Bergvall he brought on?
54th minute. You got Bergvall Odegaard at the 54th minute.
Yeah,
Paulinho,
you know what I'm saying?
So
he made the correct substitutions. Have to give him credit. He took the right
players 9 minutes into the half.
He should have made the subs earlier. He should have.
You can't say that, bro.
No, I can. I will say that.
But that's why it doesn't make no sense, bro. You need to have some logic when you're saying managers don't make that. A lot of the managers do. For one, managers aren't going to make a substitution at half time most of the time because
why?
A lot of the time they want to give the player a chance to play
to give them continuity and
play into their form.
We've had a talk at half time. Let's see if you guys are going to implement what I said. If you, that's why a lot of managers then go.
Okay, so how did we come out the second half, and how did we look different before the subs?
We didn't. So that's the point. He said, bro, so this is what you don't get. He said literally it was 5 minutes into the half. I remember it specifically. He looked at 5 minutes and said, yo, you boys line up. Yeah, you two get ready. 3 minutes later, they come on the pitch. If he reacted 5 minutes after half time, we used to have to wait till 65, 70 minutes for Ange, bro.
So what's the point? What's the point? I'm sorry.
But the point is, if he reacts within 6 minutes, you can't expect him to react any earlier.
Bro. No, what is the point? In my opinion, Pelinha should have been off after like 25, 30 minutes in it, but that's even another thing. Bro,
that's going mad.
In half time. No, it's not, bro. Because it happened, bro. Okay,
it doesn't happen often. If it ever happens, you have to be having an absolute stinker of a game.
He was, bro. It
doesn't happen often, bro. It happens like twice a season.
He was having a crazy ass game, bro. I can't lie, bro. He should have been off early as fuck. The point is, though, is that I've never understood this. Like, you've been performing shit for a half, so I'm gonna give you 5 minutes of the second half. That's the biggest bullshit I've ever heard in my fucking life. If they're performing shit, you subbed. Then they're on some bullshit. That's what they're on. They're on some bullshit. Then they're all on some bullshit. I don't give a fuck if you're playing shit for 45 minutes. Get off the pitch, bro. Get off and let someone else come on. And he knows it because he made the right subs. He took off the 2 players who needed to come off, and he brought on the 2 players that needed to come on. So he is smart and intelligent, and he knows what the fuck he's supposed to do. He's just out here. And again, Matisse Tell starting against West Ham because he got left out the Champions League. Don't worry, Tell. I'm going to give you more Premier League minutes because I left you out the squad. Don't worry, Pelinha. You know what I'm saying? You perform like shit, but I'm going to give you a second chance. Bro, sub his ass, bro. He shouldn't have even started.
Wait.
Stop his ass.
Sorry, bro. I've
been too nice with these players, bro.
I've tried. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to let you land in that before. I didn't want to cut you in that. You know what I'm saying? No, you're good, bro. But I want to say this. There's a reason managers do that, yeah. And it's again, this is coming from someone who's I haven't played the highest level of football, but I played somewhat high level of football to understand this. I've been subbed off at half. there's a mental thing there. You don't, as a manager, unless someone is performing to the absolute detriment of the team, meaning, that if you keep them on any longer, they're at risk of getting sent off. They're at risk of directly being involved in us conceding a goal. A lot of the time, managers will give players a chance. Look, I've had a word with you.
Sorry, Dan, I saw the comment. Sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt your train of thought, bro. That was a crazy ass comment, bro. I can't lie. That's a crazy comment. Oh my! I'm so sorry, Jay. I swear, I'm so sorry.
You know the maddest thing is, one of the mods deleted the comment quick, but you know StreamYard keeps the comments.
Yeah, that's what I was looking. I was like, what?
And I just looked as well, and I'm like, yo, is that? Let's just have it right. I'm from North London. I grew up 10 minutes from Tottenham, so you're waffling. Whoever you are, you're waffling. Just
they ain't got no face.
And you've never been Tottenham before in your life, if you think that, because you go down Tottenham's
black area, bro.
Black area, bro. The black African Jamaican area. It's like, what are we doing here? Someone talk to me about fucking why are you all dark skinned, real Spurs fans? What are we doing here, bro?
Crazy.
Trying to create a racial divide, bro. But sorry,
insane. But Jay, sorry, Jay.
It's cool. Justice for 97. Just shut up. Anyways, like I was saying before, this pillock in the chat interrupted me. Yeah. Sometimes managers do believe, and I get it. It does sound, in hindsight, it does sound like some sort of sympathy thing, some empathy, cuddles and rainbows. It does sound like one of them things there, innit? But the reality is, how many times, and I'm going to ask you this, how many times have we seen a player play terribly in the first half and completely look different in the second half? That's why you don't always make the sub straight away. Also, once that player comes off, you can't bring them back on. So a lot of the time, it's just managers making sure, okay, cool, he has to go. Now, if we had conceded a goal within them 5 minutes, I turn around and say, no, you're right. We probably should have come off early. And to be fair, I agree with you. Yeah, bring him off at half time.
We conceded in the 5th minute, you know.
I agree with you. Take him off at half time. However, I'm just saying that I can also understand why managers don't like making them subs at half time. Do you know what I'm saying? Also, again, we've got 5 substitutions. Although it's more than we had before, but we've got 5 substitutions, 45 minutes to play. The game can change very quickly. We could need 2 subs late in the game, but we can't because we've made 2 subs at half time. Do you see what I'm saying here? So there's a lot more thinking that goes into it for these managers, bro. It's not just as simple as you're playing shit, get off the pitch. It's not that simple. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. However, I do understand that, if you stick, I said Brennan Johnson should have got subbed off after 12 minutes, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I said he should have got subbed off after 12 minutes. So I get you 100%. I'm just, again, trying to play devil's advocate here, trying to explain the other side of things.
No, which is completely fine.
No, that's
you haven't said nothing wrong. You ain't said nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? No, you ain't said nothing wrong at all. The only pushback I'll be is like, we did concede in the 5th minute. So like we did concede in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like in my opinion, like, first of all, I also want to say, before I say my point, when I say fraud watch, people are acting like I'm saying he's a fraud, bro. He's on fraud watch. He's on fraud watch, bro. Jay, you'll know this, innit? You're like, every player is expendable, bro. Because if they're putting in a couple bad performances too much, you're looking at them with the side eye. Are you not? Bro?
100%.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, like, I've watched every game that Spurs have played under this manager, bro. And there's some things that I was promised by other Spurs fans, not by Brentford fans, by Spurs fans.
I need to know what that is that you're not seeing, though. Because you explain it, but you keep saying some things that are promised, and I don't know what you're not, like, what has been promised that you're not seeing.
Bro, what the fuck is this?
Big up
what
to
is going
big up
on?
To the mods. Big up to the
but
mods.
Like, this is not. This is like, because to be fair, you know, it's because I speak about this, like, I debate my chat about this all the time. Well, I say all the time, I barely fucking stream, and I'm an L YouTuber. But when I did stream a lot, I would talk about this with my chat all the time because they have the same reactions that you guys do, and everyone in the chat as well, innit? But when I talk about so obviously he's not a perfect manager, but there's some things that I looked at, right? And it's like, I'm looking at it and it's like I do think Thomas Frank will come good. I do believe that. But when I'm seeing, and this is where, like, I found it funny, Jords, when you said, he has some Ange love in it, because obviously you're farming for the chat in it, because you know my stance on Ange. But like, what made me laugh in it was that when people were hyping up Frank, everyone was saying, "Oh, it's just because you hate Ange, innit?" So obviously that's the inverse of it. But I noticed that when Frank was getting stuff wrong, and when Frank was fucking stuff up, I noticed that a lot of the people who hated Ange refused to put blame on Frank. I was like, "Yo, no, what's?"
But do you know what? But do you know what? There is.
I'm not saying
like...
you, man. I'm not saying.
No,
you,
no, I know.
Bro, how many accounts does this nigga have, bro? What the
fuck?
How many accounts does this nigga have, bro?
Fam. Fuck, touch grass.
How many accounts does he have,
bro?
Lose your V card. Do something, bro. Fuck, man, are just serially on the internet, bro. This is the mods. The W mods.
Yeah, man, get them out here. That's fucking crazy.
You got your mods moving like Barry Allen, bro. They're moving quick. They're moving flashy, bro.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on, bro. Mum's like, but this chat, so people are on. Why are they coming to? It's definitely a color thing. We've seen that. It's definitely a color.
Oh yeah, we know it's a color thing. But what?
I was gonna say it might be a color thing. I was like, no, it's definitely a color thing. He's made that very, very, very clear. But it's
probably
cool,
sitting in his room, clapping his hands. Yay! They read my comment. Yay!
Some bullshit, bro. But Frank Walker, like, I do believe that. Obviously, as time goes on, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you start a shift, a new job, bro, you get a 3-month probation, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the body of work so far.
That's a great analogy.
And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, Thomas Frank, he's done. But in my opinion, he would get the job in it. Like, he's done well. But just because you're doing well, if you're fucking up in certain areas, I'm gonna call it out, and then you can rectify it. What Thomas Frank is doing, and the West Ham game is an example of this. He's slowly starting to rectify the stuff. You know what I'm saying? If I put you on fraud, it's fraud watch, bro. I don't watch for. I've got 4 eyes, bro. You think I'm watching for that long, bro? It's temporary. It's fucking temporary, bro. I'm just going off the game, and I'm going off preseason. I know Jords said don't count preseason, but I'm going off preseason because that's when, in my opinion, managers have to implement their style of football to the players, and we start to see the symbols or the signs of how we're going to play in it. I'm looking at the games. I'm like, I don't see nothing that stands out to me like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I saw the PSG game. I'm like, oh, okay. So here's what I was seeing in it. And then he had to go make the subs and fuck the game up. But even for the whole game against PSG, I'm like, okay, now I'm seeing what was promised in it. So it's not like I'm ignoring that Thomas Frank has not been doing good stuff. It's just that I'm still gonna point out, like, if I see something I don't like it, I'm gonna say, yo, what gone for this, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Bournemouth game was very telling for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was not just because of the performance, but because it was the exact same lineup and the exact same side of play as you went to the Etihad with. And I was like, what? I'm like, what's going on, bro? The not the City game, what's it called? The West Ham game was telling for me because I was like, bro, what's going on? What's going on with how we're playing, bro, right now? Like, I don't see it. And again, he's doing a good job. He's better than Ange. He's a better manager than Ange. He will do better than Ange. All right. So you man in the chat can stop fucking dick riding. But when I see something bad, I'm gonna call it out. Go, Jay.
No, I was just gonna say, just quickly before I pop off. Spurs fans, Spurs fans, I want you to listen to me when I say this, bro. Just be patient. Just be patient. The difference is now we can sit here and say trust the process because we're at the beginning of the process, bro. And we're not like Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? We won a trophy a couple months ago. You get me? So it's not like we're saying trust the process with no trophy. It's a process. It's going to take time. And from the one thing I will say, and I said this to, I can't remember, I think I was talking to SB about this. Big up SB. The thing that I'm seeing the most, is that it looks like not only the players they're buying into what Thomas Frank is doing, but it looks like a lot of them are starting to get a bit more football intelligence, with like a lot smarter passes, a lot better movement, timing runs better. There's been how many times have we been caught offside this season? And I get you can say oh, it's a formation and whatnot, but there's been games where we suffocated our opponents. That Burnley game, we suffocated them. Shut up, Kulu. You know what I'm saying? So there's like from what I can see, the players are getting a lot smarter. They're getting a lot smarter. I'm enjoying seeing the improvement. Now it's just about, like you said, can Thomas Frank implement the things that we've been told he can implement. We started to see the signs already. Tuesday night, tomorrow night, it's going to be a big test to see, okay, cool, how are you going to manage it? Because I tell you what, if we struggle tomorrow, that's going to set the tone for the rest of our European campaign.
Yeah.
And that's just me being honest. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that's a valid point to make. It will set the tone. Do you know what I mean? But Spurs fans, be patient, bro. Be patient. Because good things are coming our way, bro. And anyone that's cooking Xavi Simons, just wait. Because if that was his debut and that was a bad performance, I don't want to know what the good performances look like. I don't want to know
His crosses were
what
cold.
the good performances look like. Because I don't even think he played bad. I think he was trying to, but he hasn't got used to playing with his teammates yet. Did you not see how many times he tried to do a little flick on or make the little run for Jed Spence, and Spence is he's inverting instead of just going down the channel. So, guys, calm down. Let's all breathe. You know what I'm saying? Count to 5, breathe with me.
Breathing exercises, guys.
Take a deep breath. It's all going to be all right. You get me? Think about it. It could be worse.
I can't take deep breaths. I'm too fat. I can't take deep breaths, bro. It'll probably explode my lungs, bro.
High cholesterol and that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, bro? It's too much of estrogen in it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
You could be Mike's. You could be Mike's.
No, but Mike just has little lungs in it. It's not the same.
No. That's not what I mean. You could be supporting West Ham right now.
Oh, okay.
You could be one of them lot. You know what I'm saying? Alcoholics for fun and that. But instead, you're supporting
you see a story,
Tottenham Hotspur. Levy's gone. You know what I'm saying? We got Captain Vinay at the wheel. You get me? Let's just see. The first season, everyone was happy to give Ange free roam and say, do what you want. So why is everyone not doing the same for...
By the way, I had Andrew on forward watch after the first season, by the way.
No, of course,
I'm not saying you, Jay. I'm just clarifying for the chat because I know the chat will do the... what about Ange, bro? Ange was on forward watch after the first... I was Ange in.
Did you do it after the first 4 games?
I tell you what...
No, you didn't.
After the Chelsea game. It was after the Chelsea game.
That's about 12 games in, 13 games in. So
yeah, but like, come on, we haven't seen that level of winning in such a short amount of time.
After we lost 4-0 to Newcastle, I was Ange out. Do you know what I'm saying? That's when the Ange out train started. So I'm not even talking for myself. I'm just saying in general, people were really willing to give Ange time.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? We're 4 games in, and I'm seeing people say this manager don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You're insane.
You'll never catch me saying that.
Do you know what I'm saying? But listen, chat, I do have some responsibilities I need to go and take care of. Jords, it's always a pleasure to be on the channel, my brother. You know what I'm saying? E, we will catch up, my boy.
Soon,
hey, chat, whoever that weirdo is in the chat, mods, well done for getting rid of him. Mods, well done.
Hey, we might be doing a cave combo
well,
tomorrow, people. Look out for a cave combo. Jay needs to get back to me with a time. But we should be doing cave conversations tomorrow. So look out for that on Jay's channel. Make sure.
Make a sub into Jay's channel as well, man.
So look out for that one, people. Big up to Jay. Yes, if one of the mods can kindly put Jay's channel in the chat, would be much appreciated.
I can't like the.
But look, no, I do. We need to hash some of this out because I'm still a bit like. I'm trying to understand your points. I'm generally trying, bro. I'm trying.
I feel like you're lagging.
Am I lagging?
Where?
Yo, hey, testing, 1, 2, testing.
Wait, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're fine.
Okay, all right, you're good now. Okay, because you started lagging after Jay left, and then I think it's fine now. I think it's fine now.
I can't even lie. So I need a PC, bruv.
They do wonders, trust me. So
I can imagine, bro. Literally, when I went from my first laptop to my second laptop, because it was a fresh laptop, it was wonders already. Now this is shit.
Now it's crazy, bro. Do your laptop make better sounds than that, bro? Bro.
You know what? I leave it on majority of the day. It's on for like 8 hours, 9 hours. Like today, it's been on since 9. So,
long day, yeah.
It's probably hot as fuck and all of this, but hey, it's just part of it. But no, like I need I'm still struggling because, like you said, when you get a new job, you go probation. During that probationary period, yeah, you may be called out for certain things, but you're always given a lot more leeway. If something goes wrong, it's like, do you know what? You're new to the job. Maybe we just need to show. Oh, maybe he didn't know this. Oh, do you know what? I don't think he was too aware of that procedure. You know, one of them ones. Frank wasn't too aware that this player wouldn't work out together with this. If he's not had that many games, don't you think it's like you have to give him leeway, and you can't really judge him on, let's just say, the 4 games that he's had and be like, bro, you made a mistake against Bournemouth. You made a mistake in this game. That's not good enough. You're already on.
If we're going on 4 games, that means he's made a mistake in 50% of the games. But I don't go off that. I include
50? How?
If it's 2 out of 4 games he's made a mistake, that's 50%.
What's the 2 games?
What's it called? West Ham and Bournemouth.
You think that was a mistake? What was the mistake? We won against West Ham, though.
We won, but like,
you're not going to tell me there wasn't a tactical performance.
Because I'm basing it off performance. Because again, you can play well and not get a result.
But then,
so, like,
all right.
I understand just looking at the results isn't.
No,
like,
I get you. We shouldn't just look at results, because I remember watching Nuno win Manager of the Month, and I was thinking, this guy is dreadful. I don't know what I'm watching, but he won 3 games in a row. And at this point of Nuno's career, a lot of people like Nuno's got the same. I think he probably had the same amount of points as Frank did in 4 games: 3 wins, 1 loss. And then I went to his 5th game against Crystal Palace, and I was like, get Nuno out of my fucking club. I'll be real. It literally took 5 games, bro. I was at that game. I was like, this is dreadful. But like in the West Ham game, don't you praise him and his team, coaching team, of course, for finding other solutions like the set pieces? Because our set pieces are now, we remember how many set pieces we used to get last season. I used to watch us take, I think there was a point we went like 45 corners without scoring one. Like, Tottenham
he does that dangerous.
He's now,
but this is what I'm saying. This is what, like,
he's now presenting a solution with those corners, bro. We're dangerous.
And I'm not denying.
So tactically, tactically, the setup is, if we're deciding to be set piece FC, shit, I don't mind, bro. Obviously, I'm going to have a problem across the season. But if you can create another avenue to get goals that isn't through in play, but you're going to be effective from corners, that's another tactical positive you can give to him. You have to give to him.
It's like, it is ways of, because like it also ties into like how I feel about like the whole thing we had earlier about the trophies and stuff. It's like you can win trophies. There's also ways to win trophies. You can win games. There's also ways to win games. Though I see what you guys say. Like, how long a probation usually lasts? 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Frank's been employed for 3 months. I know Neil Gunner said 10 games. Yeah, he's managed 11.
No.
Let's be no.
So you're counting. In fact, he was only at Wickham for half the game and Reading. How about that? He wasn't even out for the full games.
Okay, so put them together. Make them half games. Put them together. That's 10 games. That's 10 games. Let's make it half Reading, half Wickham. That's 10 games, bro. So
no, I wouldn't even say 10 Premier League games, Neil. 10 competitive games, and I'd be like, cool. This is a nice.
Okay, so all right, hold on. Okay.
He's had 5.
Arsenal versus Tottenham is competitive. Yes or no?
No, bro. Do you know why? Wait, do you know why I say no? Because we know ourselves. As much as I gassed it up in the moment, I was just having a bit of banter. I know that Arsenal would play nowhere near that level in the Premier League game. They're going to be levels above that. So that's what I mean. When it's competitive, it's not competitive for the players. The players weren't going at the same intensity. They're not playing at the same intensity.
You're telling me Arsenal versus Tottenham was not competitive?
It wasn't intense. It actually wasn't that intense of a game.
Competitive.
But the intensity plays into competitiveness. Because if you're not intense, then you're not going to be that competitive. You're not. Those 50-50s, you're not going in for those 50-50s, are you?
Kai Havertz did.
Bro.
Exactly.
He got put through his legs. He didn't go in for no 50-50. He just slided.
He almost broke my man's fucking foot, bro. He almost broke his foot. What are we talking about?
That's Romero.
Bro, you're not going to tell me. All right, bro.
All right. Semantics.
Hey, look. Okay, Arsenal versus Tottenham, in my opinion, that's competitive. Tottenham versus Newcastle, in my opinion, that's competitive. Those are 2 Premier League sides at the very least. At the very least, there's a Premier League sides. So if you want to say it's not competitive, it's still Premier League opposition. All right. Bayern Munich, the game didn't turn out competitive because we got slapped. But it's still Bayern Munich, bro. It's Bayern Munich. In fact, let me make sure. Let me see just in case they played their second team. They played Kane.
Bayern played their first team. 3 or 4 players.
Yeah, so they apart from like Stanisic, they played borderline, and we played borderline our starter lineup as well. So competitive, I would say that's a competitive. It's a friendly, sure. I'm still saying that's competitive though. Those are 3 games in my opinion, which is somewhat competitive. You can say pre-season, sure, but these are still like you're talking about the competition with Reading and Wickham because the competition's not there. The competition's there with these teams, bro. No, saying the competition is there with these teams. Then you count the 4 Premier League games. The game against PSG. You know what I'm saying? That's moving up to what, 8 games. So let's say it's even 8 games, bro. Bun Wickham, Bun who else do we play? Reading, Bun them. That's still like 7, 8 games against actual like Premier League plus competition, fam. And all I'm saying is like, I just didn't see it straight away, bro. I didn't see it straight. I saw good things. I saw things that's good enough for me to say. Because the people saying that Frank out is crazy. The people saying that Frank's not doing nothing is crazy. I'm not saying any of that. When I say fraud watch, bro, it's temporary, bro. I'm just seeing a couple things that it's like, hello, like, you know, like confused face, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like confused.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that's just making me like a little bit confused, bro. You know, that's all.
No, 100. Like I get
that's
now. Maybe the term fraud watch is just. I think
it's hyperbolic. The fraud watch is hyperbolic to get reactions like that in the chat, bro.
100%.
It's hyperbolic. But
and that's the only issue with what it is, because you are right. There's definitely problems, and there's definitely be things where I've been like, yeah, that's not been the best. I said it. The West Ham. I think the first half was a problem. The second half wasn't. It wasn't amazing. I wasn't amazing, but ultimately, in those games, in a cagey London derby, sometimes I don't think the performance needs to be best. I think in certain games, results are more important than performances. In a game like that, where it's a cagey London derby where we haven't won in 6 years, get me the result. If the results are 3-0 one, and especially on the fact that they had a red card, it's sort of expected. They're not the best team in the league. You just need to get a result against them. But you are right. Like, there was signs in that first half where it's like, bro, the football wasn't that good. We need to see some adaptations in the way that we're playing, some variations in the attacking style. And I think that probably goes down to, I think a lot of people pointed out that we need a progressive 6, and we haven't necessarily got someone that can progress the ball from deep. Bentancur's decent at it, but I don't think it helps when, you know, Bentancur's not playing and Paulinho's in there and he's trying to do a long pass half of the time. I think that's a tactical problem that that Frank's gonna have to find a solution for with the players we got. Now, again, I think you're right. Bournemouth game, there was a lot of problems with the way that we set up. Starting Richarlison and Brennan Johnson, something that you can't ever do again, because as you see, they both run away from the ball. But I think he's learning. And the only reason why I don't, and that's where I suppose we're different, innit? Is because I've done the same thing for Ange. Even after that Chelsea game, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give him some time because you have 2 red cards. You tried to win the game. Cool. I ain't that mad. It's stupid. It was very chaotic. And it was probably... it's not the best decision, but ultimately, I wasn't mad at my manager trying to win a game. Never going to be mad at my manager trying to win a game. But again, for Frank, I think it's a case of give him the time. Let's see these adaptations. Let's see if you're reacting to these adaptations. I think we're seeing it in real time. Bournemouth, he's learned. West Ham, he's probably going to learn. We'll see with Villarreal. And then I think as long as he's learning as he's going on, I haven't got a problem. I never will have a problem.
I don't either. I don't either. That's the thing. Like, I don't expect him to be... like, because we're talking about probation and stuff like that. Even when you hire someone 3 months in after the probation, you're not going to expect him to be a 10 out of 10 employee straight away, bro. Like, there's still going to have to be things that show up in it. That's how it's going to be in it. Like, things are just going to put this year. That's insane, bro. We don't even look the same. That's fucking insane.
Oh, is he asking you? It's crazy.
he said, "Is that your dad?"
He's asking he said, "Is he my dad?"
That's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy.
He's an old man, bro.
Hey, I might be Unc, fam. Hey, my chat calls me Unc, you know. I might actually be old as shit. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
It's all that 2-pack you be playing, bro. They think you're really...
Hey, I got the vinyl up there, bro. Hey, no cap. I might actually be Unc, you know. I might be like 43.
Being called my dad is crazy. I get told I look 30. People tell me because of the beard, people think I'm like 30 plus sometimes. I swear.
No, they're capping, bro. You don't look 30, bro. They're capping.
All right, that's good. That's good to know. People do telling me I look old, and I'm like, that's crazy. But imagine looking like my pops. They must think he is a real old man.
They must think I'm a granddad, bro. Now, Eric, I just turned 23, bro. I just turned 23 like a month ago. I'm old, bro.
That's so funny.
But literally, what Sengiz said there, innit? You know what I'm saying? You got concerns about his ability to influence game. Like, literally, it's obviously fraud watch is there to... the term fraud watch is there to garner what just happened, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's there for. Like, obviously, it's hyperbolic and stuff like that. And the only reason I'm admitting this is because, like, this is a Tottenham show. So, you know what I'm saying? This is Jords' show. So, you're not going to catch me admitting it's on any other show in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just Jords' show because Jords is the homie in it. But, like, I'm leveling with you lot, like, on a real shit here. Fraud watch, yes, it's slightly hyperbolic. Yes, it is. It is. What do you mean swear you're older than me, bro? I'm trying to be real, yeah. These man convinced, yeah, that I'm older than you, bro. This is bro. I might have done this, bro. I'm getting pissed, bro. This is not fair, bro. This is not fair, fam. This is not. I'm trying to level with you, man. Yeah, this is not fair, bro. Man, they're calling me older.
I've got younger brothers older than E. This is how crazy. I've got younger brothers older than E, but E's my uncle. Crazy. We're calling him Uncle E now.
Now I'm Uncle E, bro. See, chat. You see what you do, bro. I'm on this fucking channel like every week, bro. I'm gonna get called Uncle E, yeah, for the next 6 months.
This is crazy work. People think E's older than me.
Insane,
that's
bro.
nuts.
This is insane. Bro, at the end of the day, yeah, chat, I'm a level with you guys. So if you guys see me calling Thomas Frank and saying he's on Fraud Watch on other channels, at least you guys know in the chat here, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys are real ones for supporting Jords.
Yeah, no.
I believe Thomas Frank will come good. He is rectifying mistakes that he's making on the job, which is something I want to see. I don't expect him to be perfect. I don't expect him to have a crystal ball to find out how to go against teams all the time. But when there are things that he gets wrong, I'm going to address them. You know what I'm saying? I just, my opinion changes a lot. Okay, like I'm not the type of guy to make a stance and just have to stick on it all the time. I'll make an opinion and then I'll change it in 2 days, bro. That's how if I get new evidence. I'm a flip flop. I'm a fake fan. Let me actually look into it. I am a fake fan and I'm a flip flop. I will change my opinion based on new evidence. I will do it all the time, bro. You man don't know me, bro. You man don't know me. I do this all the time. And the man in my chat will tell you, Jords himself will tell you, I flip flop all the damn time, bro. He knows, bro. You know
I ain't got a problem with a flip flop unless at least they admit they're a flip flop. You know them ones.
No,
there.
Yeah, I'm a flip flop, bro. All the time, bro. I'm a pro. I'm a professional. Man. I'm a professional flip flop.
I tried to stand on business for as long as I can until I can no longer in it. I'm one of them ones. Like I'll probably see it I'll admit I'm wrong at the last hurdle. We get over to the last hurdle. I'm like, you know what? Shit, I got that shit.
There's literally what Eric says. If there's new evidence that comes out, I changed my mind, bro. That's what. I was one of the last people I know, apart from Jords, coincidentally, to beat Ange out. I only flipped after the Tamworth game, and that was earlier this year. And it took me that long because I was trying to give Ange every out possible. Like, no, he could do this, he can do it. It's only after the Tamworth game I'm like, okay, so his style of play is cooked, bro. It's not happening, innit? You know, say, hey, is that me, bro?
They're calling you. They're saying
that's albino me, bro.
Fam. This what you're.
That's an albino me, bro. I can't. That actually looks a lot like.
Have you seen this guy? Man's doing. Yeah, he's doing until Man United win 5 games in a row. He's not cutting his hair.
He's gonna be out here looking like fucking. Nah, that's crazy, bro.
I think he's going to be doing it for another year, maybe 2. I actually think he could be.
It says 5 games in a row. It could be, it could be 2 years.
Yeah, like not even 3. Like 3 was concerted. Bro, they've not won back to back for over a year and a half or something.
Yeah, day 345, bro. That's insane. Day 340 in all comps. You say goodbye, bro.
It's mad. It's all comps, bro. But they ain't got no all comps this year. That's what's even darker. They ain't got all comps.
They could have done it against Grimsby and they flopped, bro.
Bro, they haven't even won 5 games in a month. Did you know Amarim's not even won 5 games in a month? Like
average 1 win a month is crazy, isn't it? Literally, they never go. I don't even know if they can win 5 in a row again.
This guy is gonna have to just
But Frank will chat. I do believe Frank will come good. Okay, I do believe that he will come good. It's just when I see some, I'm gonna point it out. And then the chat came up with the fraud watch because I always say fraud watch because I always said that about Archie Gray and about what's his name, Jords? I always say it. I kept saying fraud watch for a certain player, Archie Gray and someone else. I forget. I mean, chat probably knows, but I kept saying fraud watch for Archie Gray and someone else. And then someone brought up, oh, is it fraud watch for Frank? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do fraud watch on Thomas Frank, innit? Because I was complaining about Thomas Frank not adapting in one of the games or the way we're looking. I was like, yo, chat, I ain't gonna lie, this ain't looking good. It was one of the preseason. I was looking like, yo, what's going on? I ain't seen nothing. You remember we was on the we were doing a preview, Jords, and we were talking about the whole preseason before PSG game, and I was like, I ain't seen no like tactical adaptation or formation change, nothing. And then you were like, yo, he's gonna do it for the PSG game, and then he did it for the PSG game. And we're like, oh, it's like, oh shit, yeah, Jords was right. That's the first thing I thought when I saw the line. I was like, yo, Jords was right, bro. He changed it up. And I'm like, this is what I'm starting to see in it. He can easily prove me wrong when new evidence comes in, which the new evidence has started to come in. West Ham is an example of that. We're going to see against Brighton on Saturday. We're going to see Villarreal tomorrow. As new evidence starts coming in. He's managed, in my opinion, he's managed 11 games. We could obviously preseason and all that, but as new evidence come in, my mind can be changed, bro. And he's gonna have to do it on some sort of consistent basis to me feel like, all right, cool, this is what we'll end up seeing in it. But Fraud Watch, for everyone in chat, is hyperbolic, fam. I'm gonna be saying this tomorrow, that he's on Fraud Watch. I'm gonna be saying it next week he's on Fraud Watch until I don't, in it. But for everyone in the chat, it is hyperbolic, fam. All right, it's hyperbolic.
No, literally that. Look, and I you know, I have to understand in it at this point. We're just gonna have to see how it plays out, how Frank does change, how he does adapt. Villarreal tomorrow is gonna be a key one. And you know what? I'm looking forward to that game. I am actually very much looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a good one. And like we said earlier, bro, I think it's gonna be a real test for Ange. First game in Europe. First big one, and you know what? The stadium's not sold out still. I'm seeing just everyone tweet about it. Like, there's so many seats available. So I don't know if he's going to get the reception that he probably wanted. I know THFC Flags are supposed to be doing something. A big up to those guys because they put in some good work. So we should be seeing what do they call those things? Not a mural, a fucking tifo. We should be seeing a tifo of some sort. I'm not sure what tifo it is. I did see a picture going around Twitter on the weekend of the tifo, but it looked really weird, bro. I don't know. It looked like a piece on the seats. I don't know. When I mean a piece, I mean a piece. Like, I'm not even lying. But that's exactly what it looked like, bro. It looks so fucking weird.
That's crazy.
I swear down, Mr. Udang probably can share the tweet if you know what the tweet is, Mr. Udang. Send it into the chat and I'll share a screen. I did think it might be a cockerel. Yeah, see, I did think it might be a cockerel, but it looked more like the first half of that word, didn't it? I'm just gonna say. It was a bit mad, but
hey, to the man that says, did his brother play football? He talks like someone who never played this game. Our current manager hasn't played football professionally, so suck your mum, pussy up. Carry on, Jords.
To be fair, there's a lot of people that haven't played. Mourinho's never played football professionally as well. Like, it's
I need
just
to go.
Yeah. You don't.
Actually, let me ask, bro. Have you ever talked in real life to someone about football? Or you just typing on your keyboard? Because I'm talking in real life and you're watching me. So
facts.
The maths ain't mathing, bro.
He's on a panel and he has his own channel, which more than 1,000 people follow. Yeah, for a reason. You know, one of them ones. Like, and I think people will definitely underestimate how hard it is to come on the camera and actually speak and keep a chat engaged. Like, there's a lot of people, and I'm not saying this is you, Ikshan, or anyone in the chat right now, but I get them in like the comments or especially when you're on panel shows. That's what more happens. You go to a panel show and all you see constantly is, get this guy off. I fucking hate he talk shit, and I'm just like, bro, half of these guys in the chat, you put a camera in front of them, you told them to talk ball, bare stuttering. You man wouldn't even know what to say. You wouldn't even know how to handle yourself. So I think a lot of people, when you're in the chat, sometimes just know yourself. You're in the chat for a reason, isn't it? Like, it's as simple as that. And the thing is, I know a lot of people in the chat, there's bare people that have tried to start. They might have tried to start a channel. They might have tried to start a TikTok. They might have tried to just do a little video. They clocked. The video didn't get no motion, no views. And hey, like, shit, like, don't blame us, bro. It's not us. It's not our fault. I'm not saying, and again, I'm not talking about anybody in this chat particular, but just in general, like, that's what happens, bro. So you're what it is a lot of the time, they're projecting their hate onto us. It's like, oh yeah, you guys are just talk about yourself, bro, because you ain't got no emotion. Don't get onto us, man, innit? But hey, look, big up to the people inside. We do have to apologize, innit? I'll throw it out there from early. You know, we were supposed to have a panel, and we were supposed to be on time. But it just didn't work out today. It's as simple as that. Regarding boardroom talks going forward, I'm going to be completely honest with the people inside. I don't know when it is going to be. I don't know when it's going to be. I'm generally trying to figure out a time. I was talking to E before this about stream, but like, because Champions League being back, because of the days, the times, Monday night's probably the only night. But then again, Monday night's a very busy night for just streams in general. It's a very busy night for streams. So it could make it difficult. So we're gonna find a way to figure out boardroom talks. I want to make it a weekly show. I truly do, guys, but it's gonna be difficult to do that in. Yeah, look, I'm gonna share. You tell me what you see this, but look, we're gonna make sure we are running up boardroom talks regardless, however often it is. We're gonna make sure we get the panel back. But you tell me what you see.
Nah, that's mad. Hey,
You tell me what you see, bro.
Nah, that's mad. That's absolutely mad.
It's looking mad, isn't it? It's looking mad, bro. It's looking crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's no way. That's the thing, though. Like, how do you like look at the design, right? Like, because they had to draw this up in the boardroom with all the designers, you know, all of that. How do you draw this design, yeah? And no one clocks. Like no one, even
You know
if
what
they
it
do
is?
clock,
Like,
they
I
don't
more
say.
think the view they've got this from, because they're doing it from the West Ham view. This is like whoever's took the pictures from like they're in the nice section of Spurs, because I've sat there once. Yeah. Shout out to Christina. I got 3 seats. Yeah, they sat there. You got the cushion seats and that. Yeah, that's where the boxes and that are. Yeah, so whoever's took the pictures done a very nasty angle. I think if it's on a straight on angle, it probably looks fine. But this angle, you can only see. I see a head, and it's not the head that I'm thinking of.
You see a shaft, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy.
Wait, what's the comments underneath this poll, man? I'm not gonna lie.
I'm glad you didn't scroll, because that's Twitter, man. They could have had.
There was probably going to be some crazy shit that I was like, you know what, let's just see the first couple, and yeah, they said it. They said exactly what we think. But no, that's what it might be. We're definitely going to be running them up in the international break, and but we want to get them more often than that, man. The boardroom's a good show, man. And it needs to be more often than international break. But we'll figure out as the season goes on. I think we do have an international break in another 2-3 weeks anyway, so it's not too much of a problem. But look, people, make sure you guys are subscribing to E. Are you going live again tonight? Are you going to a chill stream today?
No, I said I'll go and catch a stream for like an hour, because I got work.
When's he going live?
10:30, so it's still a while, but I can't lie.
But it's fine. Yeah. You guys can just choose your own stream, man. I ain't got to redirect nowhere. You guys just go about your evening. Man. It's a late one. It's a seat number allocation design Creo software, and they can do it on the app, and the color papers. Allocate the color. First, it makes sense. Everything's done on an app nowadays. But yeah, people, look, make sure you guys go catch up at 10:30 to see a bit more of E. But more importantly, go to Too Much of E. Links in the description and also in the chat right now, so you cannot miss that. Elijah Tool C, and just look out for some videos. Myself, probably going to be live again tomorrow. Doing a bit of a preview. Probably be in the morning, but look out. Make sure you got your post notifications on. We'll see what time we're going to go live tomorrow, but we'll have a video dropping at 8 a.m. And obviously, because of what you guys done, I have to do a watch along. So we will be doing a watch along tomorrow also for that game, which, do you know what? I'm looking forward to it if my laptop works. My laptop don't work, then the watch along, we're going to do an E and just cut off the watch along, because I can't do a watch along where I'm freezing. And plus I'm watching the game on my phone. Like, that's my head's going on Mars already just with the freezing, but then watching it on my phone and then trying to entertain you guys while it's mad. Well, look, people, big up to everyone inside. Smash a like on your way out, and appreciate you, man, every single time.